Mr. Richie!
Hurts.
Hey. It's Rexter Richards.
Yeah. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So have you had a lot of other classes today?
Yeah. What's up, Kirsten?
What's up?
Yeah, we've had geography and career ed. Well,
Oh,
some
really?
of us.
I had geometry and geography.
Do you have anything after this one, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not right after, but
Wait, you guys have something else?
music.
What are you doing
We
for
have to make a TikTok.
Oof. Oh yeah, Kate wants me to help him.
You guys sing?
I know.
Yeah.
You should try to sing for music, have like a little digital choir.
No, that would be terrible.
Do it.
Good idea.
Then it could be recorded and put on Classroom. And
No.
That's right.
That'd be so bad. I wouldn't sing. Who is that? What's Miss
Morning,
Lewis?
Mrs. Lewis.
You
Mrs.
want me-
Morning.
Client.
How are you guys?
Afternoon.
Fantastic. How are you?
This afternoon, sorry. Was that sarcasm, Edward?
No,
No, it's never sarcastic.
I was just answering you.
Okay.
And
Did you get your lunch?
oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it was good.
good.
My burrito smacked.
Really
It
did.
was pretty good.
Breakfast looks pretty good tomorrow too. It's those waffles that you heat up and syrup and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Morning, Cameron.
Are they still doing
I
donuts?
really want breakfast, but I'm always sleeping.
The donuts, she's gonna, just once in a while, as she has things, sneak them in there and surprise you guys with things,
Oh
so.
yeah.
Nope, I'm getting breakfast now.
favorite teacher.
There's my favorite student. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing great.
Why?
Say what now? Favorite student just left.
Oh no. Morning, Isaac.
Good morning. It is still morning.
Afternoon.
Not still morning. It's the afternoon.
It's 12:30.
Mountain time is still morning.
But it's not mountain time
Mountain time.
here.
Okay.
What happened to your video, Jacob?
Sorry, I had to do something really quick. I'm still here though.
Well, here about an hour ago, the internet guy that we get knocked at our door. It's like had to turn off our internet since he was working on a junction box on a pole. So I had to run somewhere else to find internet.
Jeez.
All right, we are going to open up Google Classroom and we are going to look at that 3-column sheet. So if you would go to Google Classroom.
You're only missing.
What if I already did that?
Well, let's see if you did it right. You can maybe share all the answers.
I don't want to share all
Oh, I
of them.
love answers.
A lot of work.
Or
You're only missing.
Kenzie.
No one.
Kenzie.
Oh, yeah.
Here, you want me to call her?
Do it.
Well, last time Mackenzie was having problems with her internet. Have you seen her in other classes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Okay.
No excuses.
There you go.
And Shayna. I don't know where Shayna is.
Oh, yeah, Shayna's alive somewhere. Oh. But
Okay, so the 3-column worksheet is work and power. What,
Oh, yeah.
when, who, and how.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I'm getting there. Mrs. Joseph kept me longer for math. I'm getting there. I promise.
Okay, Mackenzie was stuck in math.
Party. Yeah, we heard it.
Oh, no, you're good.
Party.
So her internet was actually quite fine.
Kenzie, you're late.
Oh, there she is.
Get long enough.
Oh, you're late.
For that Shayna.
And Shayna. We forgot about Shayna.
I didn't. I texted her.
All right,
Party.
guys, we're going to, again, those of you that just joined, we're going to go to Google Classroom, open up the work and power, the what, who, why, when, where thing.
It's red.
And I'm going to share my screen. So I'll probably take over yours. You're going to have to open up an extra window so you can work on yours at the same time.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not smart.
Just close
Either
out of
go
it.
File and new window, or
Kinsey, I can't. Okay. It'll put you on full screen and then just press escape and then you're just slide over and you'll be fine.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then you can move your window.
Wait, I think I'm on the wrong one.
it's the work and power. It looks like the one I'm showing you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, actually, yeah.
Okay, so let's start filling it out with Brooke. Brooke, what would you say a force is?
Something that is being acted upon by weight or like getting pushed.
Okay, so we could define it as a push.
Push or pull.
There you go.
I just closed my Google Classroom tab.
Hey, good job, Mackenzie.
What?
What unit do we use for work? Or for force, sorry.
Me?
Sure.
I don't know. Mass.
Okay, for force.
Newtons.
This
It's Newtons.
job. Wait,
Newtons.
save the day. All right, Kennedy. On the when column, when do we know there was a force?
When something was being moved.
Okay, so anytime an object has where is that? Sorry, can't spell change. So Kennedy, anytime an object has a change in its what then?
Its direction.
Its direction, or it's any kind of its motion, its speed. So it's just, right? Forces are there to change motion. Okay, let's see. How about Lillian?
Oh,
Who first studied forces?
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, a big, maybe not the first one to study them, but a pretty important guy. So, and he figured out their calculations, right?
Who is doing that?
Who's doing that? I thought it was me.
No, it's someone else.
Who is it? Confess. It's definitely
It's
Mitchell.
probably Cameron. No, it's not.
All right.
Yeah, he's lying.
It happened during career ed.
Let's keep focused, please. Okay, Shayna, last box in that column. What's the formula that we use for forces? Really, it's Newton's second law. You remember it?
Yeah, kind of. It kicked me out. Hang on. Isn't it like F over like A equals like F over M?
Okay, that's pretty close.
Oh, I know.
What is it?
F equals MA. Well,
F equals ma. Force equals mass times acceleration. Okay, let's look at the next column. Jackson, help us out. What is work?
The measure of energy passed on an object, or when an object is moved over distance.
Okay,
that's not me.
that's me. Sorry.
I was like,
Okay. Ed, do you know this one? What units do we use for work?
I didn't get that one.
No?
I know.
Who knows? Jacob?
I don't know.
No? Isaac?
Mass.
You want me to give the answer?
Do you know the answer?
I think so.
What do you think the answer is?
Jewel.
A joule.
Oh, it's
Oh,
a jewel.
that's
How
me.
is jewel?
Whoa.
Okay. And look at the definition. We know work is when a force is used over a distance. So when would you know that there's work being done? What
Time.
would the object have to do in order for there to work to be done?
Move.
It's got to move, right? Now think about that. If an object is moving a certain distance, there's work. But if I'm already, picture yourself already carrying a heavy box, and you walk across the floor and keep the box at the same height. Did you do any work?
When both objects are moving.
Well, the box didn't change. My point is, box didn't change its position above the ground or how high it was above the ground. So we think work is going to give the box energy. But if you were carrying a box at one place and accidentally dropped it on your foot, and then carried it 2 meters away, and again, accidentally dropped it on your foot, would it feel any different? No. You didn't give it any more energy. So when you just carry something, when you don't change its position, you're not really doing any kind of work. All right. Haley, you know this one? Who first studied work?
No, I don't know that.
Does anybody know that one?
I put James Prescott Joule.
Very good answer, James Joule. And Cameron, you must be on a roll here. What's the formula?
Work equals force times distance.
Correct. And if we want to include the units, work again is measured in joules, capital J. Force measured in newtons. And the distance is in meters. So if we look at how that unit was made, a joule is actually equal to a Newton meter.
Are you in the elementary, Mrs. Lewis?
Yep, I'm in the third grade room all the time.
Are you in the elementary, Mackenzie?
Yes, yes, I am. If you call, Jacob's still trying to steal my teepee.
All right, that last column will let you work on that and figure it out. All right, let's open up the Poggle that's on Google Classroom.
Were we supposed to work with our Poggle groups with this?
No, you just put it on your own.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I was doing it right, but like the one question where I was like talking about something going to the right, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna look at that Poggle again. So
Phone.
It wasn't me.
Does
Mr.
anybody-
screen.
Do we have
share.
choir today?
Sorry.
And anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time?
1:30.
30.
Oh,
I have
How's your
robotics.
TikTok going?
so many people.
Yeah, there's so many people in that class.
Hey, so Poggle on Work and Power. You have that open?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to have it open and
My
watch.
SpongeBob character, Mr. Richards.
What are you talking about? This guy? All right, I'm gonna mute you, Mackenzie.
Do it, you won't.
I can't even find you right now.
Oh. Here, I'll just mute myself.
Okay.
Oh.
That's good. Well, that's real strange. It's on this little scroll bar, and when I press up, I see everybody except for Mackenzie.
That's convenient.
Okay. Kick you out of class, Mackenzie, pretty soon.
Oh, yes.
You can
All right, Poggle, Work and Power. A purpose to become familiar with work, power, kinetic energy, and the relationship between each of them. So work and power is defined. So you can use this information to fill out that third column. Here is that formula for work equals force times distance. And if you scroll down, there's the formula for power. Power is work divided by time. So to be powerful, you have to do a certain amount of work in a certain time interval. And if you go on, work is measured in joules, time is measured in seconds. The units of power is the watt, right? Not unlike your 50-watt light bulb, right? Okay, looking at these questions, we'll go through a couple of these. Right, in the diagram below, several forces are acting on the box as it moves 5 meters to the right in a time of 10 seconds. Calculate the amount of work done by each of the forces. So you want to calculate those separately. So the box is moving to the right at 5 meters per second. So that's force 1. So, Jacob,
Yes.
how much work would be done by force 1? Remember, work is force times distance.
8.
8 newtons is the force. And how far is it moving?
We don't know.
Yeah, you do. It's right up here. It's moving 5 meters to the right.
40.
Okay, so the work done by force 1 is 40. And what's the unit of work?
Newtons.
No, that's the unit of force.
No. Meters.
No, that's the unit of distance.
Seconds. Oh, meters per second. Right?
How about
Jules.
joules? Right, 40 joules.
Jules.
Joules, very good. Okay, let's look at the work done by force 2. So force 2 is 4 newtons, but it's to the left. So Isaac, what do you think that's going to be? It's actually going to be a negative amount of work because it's going in the wrong direction. But you
Yeah,
can see
definitely did that wrong.
You still use the same formula.
Negative 20.
I couldn't hear you.
Negative 20.
Okay, so it's 4 newtons, 5 meters. So yes, negative 20 joules. Okay, Shayna, work done by force 3. That's the upward push of like the ground on the box. Is it moving up at all? No, it's just being moved to the right. So there's no distance that that force is moving it. So how much work would be done by force 3? I can't hear you.
10.
Okay. The force is 2, but the distance would be 0.
Oh, yeah.
So the work done by force 3 is just nothing.
I don't like this game of me being muted.
And Ed, what do you think about number 4? Force by force 4?
Stop.
0.
Yeah, I swear.
0, right? Because it's not moving in that direction.
What? Oh, 0. Sorry, my screen's too small.
Okay, now we want to look and calculate the power there. Calculate the power of each force shown in the diagram. So power is work over time, and time was 10 seconds. So Jackson, power of force 1. Jackson. Is Jackson still with us?
Yes.
It shows
Definitely is.
Sorry, I was muted. 400 watts.
Okay, so power is work over time.
Oh, overtime, 4
Yeah.
watts.
So 4, yeah. So 40 joules divided by 10 seconds. So just 4 watts. Lillian, power of force 3.
Force 3.
Okay, sorry, force 2.
-2
Negative 2 what?
watts.
Watts. What did you say?
Funny.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Brooke, power of force 3. Brooke.
Why is everybody so quiet?
Brooke.
I was muted. It's the 5 divided by the 2, right? Or
Okay, so it's the amount of work, which is 0,
Mhm.
divided by the time of 10. So what's 0 divided by 10?
1. 0. Dead.
0, yes. Okay, who wants to tackle this beast? Ed, power of work 4. Are you muted, Ed?
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Power of force number 4?
Okay. 0
It is 0.
watts.
Cameron, if that is you, I will come to your house and slap you.
Hey, we're not gonna
So
discuss-
annoying.
I'm
I
not doing
just got heated.
All right. So there was a good sample problem. Now on that one, right, all the diagrams and arrows were drawn for you. The rest of it, now you just have to draw the arrows in, and you're gonna do the same type of problem. All right, if you looked at all these different calculations of power, if you added them all together, you'd get the overall power of that system. What would it be?
+2
Positive 2 what?
watts.
Watts. All right. So you should be able to finish up that puzzle with no
That
problem.
total gives us the power of the person, or what?
Yeah, it gives you that of how much energy was added into the system. Not really. The person could have been more powerful. Could have moved it in a quicker amount of time.
How do we determine the power of the person?
Well, if you're just calculating the power of the actual person, then you'd have to have him do like a series of exercises and see how fast he can run up a flight of stairs, and how much weight he could bench press or whatever.
How are we supposed to answer C?
Huh?
It says determine the power of the person.
But in that scenario about him moving the box, just I guess it should have been worded, I guess, determine how much power that person used.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
For the robotics meeting, I'm not going to be late or miss it this time.
Well, that's great.
You guys are talking robotics meetings?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I think the only other thing that you have on the Google Classroom is the calculation worksheet.
I didn't know where that was.
I
Like,
couldn't find that.
Yeah, is it like its own post or something?
Let me look.
Because I was trying to find that because I was going to start that and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I don't see it either, so maybe I decided to another class.
Oh.
Great. I didn't want it anyway.
7th grade.
Same.
You want it.
Not really.
Working power worksheet number 1. Okay, posting it right now. I'm so glad you guys are so honest.
Thanks, Mackenzie and Cameron.
You're welcome.
I was just joking.
I don't blame you. I'd be joking too.
I think I'm really dark.
Like, yeah.
Thought that you were gonna mute yourself, Mackenzie.
I already muted myself when he was teaching, but that SpongeBob thing is.
What if he's still teaching?
Yeah. I'm still teaching.
Then he can mute me if he wants to.
Now, just for the fun of it.
Who is that?
My
That's not me.
sister. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my sister. Okay, Cameron.
That's not me, I swear.
Cameron.
It's not me.
It's not me. People are pretending
It's probably. Wait, it's probably Edward.
It's not me. It's probably Mr. Richards.
It's Isaac for sure.
Me, so that
They just
I can, like.
I know. That's why it's you.
Okay, so it should be posted now on Google Classroom.
Sorry.
Calculation worksheet number 1. I guess working power worksheet number 1. There's only 9 questions. And just reach out if you have like any difficulties or you can't figure it out. But it'll be, due next week, like with everything else.
So everything's due when we
This
meet
way.
next Wednesday.
April 1st.
April 1st, April Fool's Day.
It's
So
a
April
fool. You don't
Fool's
have to
means
do
I
it.
don't have to do it. No, okay.
It's a fool. You don't have to
I
do
won't
it.
have any of my assignments done, and then I'll just prank you, and I'll just turn it in before
I'm not
midnight
mute
that
anymore.
night.
Oh my gosh.
Good thinking, Jacob. Good thinking.
Cameron, I think you can actually unmute yourself though if that ever happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he muted me, and then I unmuted myself. So
All right. So get the third column done in the column worksheet and get that working power calculation and the last part of that POGL. But I'm always here, so text me or email me or whatever if you have a question.
Got it.
Got it.
hey,
Oh.
Richards.
Don't try to communicate with me before 4 o'clock though. In the morning.
AM?
Yeah.
I never even email you because like you'll never respond to it. So
Yeah.
Okay. If the response is something like
message
okay,
3 in the morning.
I'm not going to waste my time and say okay.
or just put.
Let's not
absolutely
wasting
on
your
there.
time. Let's
It's
just
better.
said okay.
Is
Okay.
letting us know
Okay,
you
you can spell it out with a 4-letter word. OKAY.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
Mackenzie. All right. I'm going to end the meeting. You guys have a great day.
I'll see you in a minute.
Miss Richards, I need to ask you a question privately.
Okay. Everyone else leave. Jacob, stay on.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
It's about robotics, so I don't care if they hear. Okay. Anyway,
question
so for robotics, like I really want to do it, but like it's gonna affect speech and everything.
Yeah.
So is it all right if I were to like do robotics for like the first semester and then like go to speech instead of robotics for the second semester?
No.
Well, we've worked that out before, like with Melinda. I mean, she's in speech, and Jenna. So we just put you probably in a team that had people that weren't in speech, so at least your team could still go to the events. But we can.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I'll see you in like a second. Bye. I don't even know how to leave.